Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to be talking about how to pick a pineapple. How to pick the perfect pineapple when you're in the grocery store. Like, check it out. This pineapple is so beautiful. This is a gorgeous pineapple. And I'm going to tell you why. Let me start this off by telling you the misconceptions about picking pineapples. I learned the truth actually when we went to Hawaii a few months ago. We went to the Dole plantation on Oahu, and they had a pineapple cutting and picking ceremony. Well, demonstration. It actually was a ceremony. I mean, for me, it was actually this holy event, and my world was blown. I was like, what? Because I've been picking bad pineapples or doing bad things to pineapples for so long now, which is why more than 50% of the time I'm buying these pineapples and I'm doing things to them that are inappropriate. And you know, don't get any ideas in your head, not inappropriate in that way, but I'm just treating them improperly. So let me show you what I mean by that. Number one misconception: you should be able to pick a leaf right out of the top. If you can do that fairly easily, that means the pineapple's good to go. Number two, look at your pineapple, and you see how this is starting to turn yellow at the bottom? It's just a little yellow, but the majority of the pineapple is green and, you know, various shades of green, maybe a little bit of browns here and there, but mostly green. So you want your pineapple to be more yellow. This is what I was told. So if you buy the pineapple in the store and it's green, bring it home, wait till it gets yellowy, and then it's good to go. Not so much. Misconception number three: smell your pineapple. I was told that you want your pineapple to smell like pineapple. That's not true either. Once your pineapple starts to smell like pineapple, it's already fermenting and it's starting to go downhill. So you want to pick this up in the store, smell your pineapple, and make sure that it doesn't really smell like pineapple. I know, it's so weird, right? And then number four, here's the best one. And a lot of people probably thought I was cuckoo, but I would bring my pineapple home, and if it wasn't yellow yet, here's what I would do with it. I would turn it upside down, and I would lean it against something like a wall, something steady, and I would just leave it there for days. And you know what would happen? This beautiful yellow would start to just coat the pineapple. Yellow, 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 and before you know it, the whole thing was almost yellow. Even if it was 3/4 yellow, that was my sign that it was ready to cut. That was wrong too. So now we know some of the major common misconceptions. I'm going to show you what to look for when you're in the store to guarantee that you get an awesome pineapple every single time. Here's what to look for when you're in the store and you want to buy a fresh pineapple. Once a pineapple is picked, it no longer ripens. Once a pineapple is picked, it just begins to ferment, which means it's basically starting to go bad. Number two thing to look for are the eyes. These beautiful circles that are all around the pineapple, you want them to be basically all the same size as one another. They need to be virtually uniform across the board. So you want to look, this is just a Dole pineapple, so I'm going to take the tag off. You want to look at the size of the eyes, and you can see here they're relatively close in size. Here, I'll do a close-up. And so that's a really good indicator that you've got a good pineapple. Number three, smell your pineapple. I mean, it's got ever such small or little hint of pineapple, but really, you know, if I closed my eyes and we weren't doing this pineapple video and somebody just shoved the pineapple underneath my nose like this, I probably wouldn't guess that it's a pineapple. Okay, so you don't really want it to smell like a pineapple when you buy it. Number four, this is where it grows from the stalk in the ground. And so they cut it from there, or however, you know, I don't think they use scissors, but you get the idea. They disconnect it from its stalk right there. So when it's really fresh, right away, this area here is wet and soft, okay? I'm going to show you that area. Hopefully you can see that. So this one's not wet and soft because this pineapple came from, I don't know where, maybe California. It came from several thousand miles away, and so of course it'll dry out. Here's a little tip I learned. You can just take your fingernail, scratch the bottom of it, all right? Scratch off the bottom and get into that area where it's supposed to be wet and soft. And you can see the color even changes. So it's darker and it's damp to the touch, which means it's good pineapple. So those are the 4 signs to look for when you're picking your pineapple. Now, as I promised, I'm going to cut the pineapple, mainly because I am dying for pineapple. This has been sitting in my kitchen for 2 days, and I've been waiting for to make this video so that I could cut it up. And again, not a pineapple cutting pro, but I'm going to cut it up and show you what I do, and you're more than welcome to use that technique, of course, if you want to. Here's what we're going to do to cut the pineapple. Again, I don't have all the knives that I'd like, but I'm using this large serrated bread knife. I'm going to cut off the crown. And then I'm going to cut off the bottom part. It's already juicy. I'm probably cutting a little too much off. And then I'm going to start to just shave it around the edges. And when I say shave, I mean, cut. So I might be cutting a little bit of extra pineapple just so that I get those dark brown circles that are a little bit prickly. I want to make sure that none of those are left, or very few of those are left. So I'm just going to go around and kind of slice it in about 2-inch increments. And you want to be mindful not to waste too much of the pineapple, but again, those little brown circle areas are, they can be prickly in the mouth, so you may want to get rid of them. You can get rid of them in an isolated way too, just kind of like by cutting little by little. Okay, so all the skin's off. Moving on. Now, this is what your pineapple looks like. Well, I'm going to cut that off too. Okay. And so, there you go. I'm going to slice it right down the center. By the way, this is not how they cut it at the Dole plantation. So, take this with a grain of salt. So I'm slicing down the center. And now, of course, you have the core in the middle. And what I like to do is I like to just cut around the core. So you can kind of feel where it goes from hard core to sort of softer, fleshy pineapple. And I'm just going to cut down, rotate, cut down, rotate again, and cut down. And then so there's the core. And honestly, some of the core is delicious. If you get like the edge that's really close to where the core meets the flesh, it's actually still sweet. Okay, I'm not going to cut the whole pineapple because you get the idea. I've just done half of it. Now, if you have any extra little brown things around the edge, like I said, you can just go in. I'm using a really big knife. You can maybe, switch up your knife to use a smaller knife for this portion. And just cut out those little brown circles so that you have a nice, delicious, perfectly textured pineapple. And before I do anything else, this is another thing we learned. You cut your pineapple open, you rinse it with water. They actually dipped theirs into a little bath of water. Rinse it with water, just a little brief rinse. That takes off the outer layer of acid, which can sometimes burn the tongue. And so then we'll slice. And again, this is a mighty big knife. And I left a little bit of the core in by accident, so I'm going to go taste the pineapple now. So this should be the perfect pineapple. Oh my gosh. It's perfect. It's perfect. I mean, it's just like the pineapples when they cut them up and you buy them in the store and they're perfect. This is amazing. And really washing it in water takes off that outer sort of zing layer that can sometimes be annoying or frustrating with pineapple. Again, if you let the pineapple sit around too long, or it's not really a great pineapple for the picking or for the choosing, all it does is start to ferment, and you'll know when you start to eat a pineapple that's fermented too long that it has a really strong sort of, not pungent, maybe pungent, strong taste. And it can easily leave a residue on your tongue or burn your mouth. So I have to have another bite. This is so good. It's literally, it's perfect. So here's your pineapple. See? It's beautiful. All right, well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this pineapple picking and cutting demonstration. If you have any feedback, please leave it in the comments. Let me know if you liked the video, if you didn't really like the video, any other videos you'd like to see. I hope to make more videos in the future. Thanks for joining me.